Hey everybody, welcome to the animation workshop. Adam, stop talking. Yeah, that's crazy. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna do some pixel animation today, and we're gonna do it for free because we're not gonna pay $20 for Aseprite, even though that's the go-to program to use. So instead, we're gonna use it's called Piskel. So everybody, you think that's funny? Anyways, go to a new tab on Google Chrome. And you're gonna type a P on your keyboard. Then you go for the I, and then you're gonna go for Pizza Hut. No, we're gonna go
Pizza Tower.
Pizza Tower.
Pizza Tower?
Everybody go to this website right here, Piskel.
Oh, let me look it up.
That is spelled Piskel. Piskel. That's like when I say Pischetti.
Right? Whoa, so retro.
So retro. Click on the link. We're gonna go to create sprite right here. And keep in mind that I had to like learn this program maybe like a few hours ago. So, yeah, a lot of stuff I don't know. So, what we got here, we got our canvas. It automatically starts you with 32 by 32 pixels, which is going to be fine for what we start out doing. If I were to like, you got your different brush sizes, pen sizes right here. Got 1 pixel, 2 pixel, 4, no, that's 3 pixel, and we got 4 pixel. I know, right? We got pen tool. I think we're just gonna probably be using the pen tool most of the time, or maybe like the moving tool as well. What else do we got? Let me show you. So if I were to like draw something, right? And if I go to add a new frame, and then I draw it again, then if I do a new frame after that, and I like put it right here, and do a new frame after that, and draw it right here, in this, I don't know why that's so funny to me. In this top right corner, it's moving, it boogie. It goes, so yeah, it's an animation. It goes from this frame to this frame to this frame to this frame, and it boogie, the ball boogie around. If you want to change how fast it goes, there's this slider right here. It starts out as 12 FPS. Typically, animators use 24 FPS. It goes fast. Or you can change it to like 0 if you don't want it to move at all, I guess. Or 1 frame per second. Ooh. Layers. So these are layers right here. Press this plus to make a new layer, and basically just makes it so that, oh yeah, you can also change your color right here. And if we can make red, and if we like do a new layer, then it like pretty much puts the red ball in front of the black one.
So you kind of create like a shadow?
Yeah, sure, a shadow. Or if you put the layer 2 is the one that we just made, that's red. If you move this under by going move layer down, then all the black stuff goes on top of the red stuff. And we can move that up again or something like that. Double click on it, you can name it whatever you want. In Piskel, I don't think we're gonna use this, but there's like a mirror pen, which makes it so that anything you draw makes it symmetrical. If you want to resize your canvas, there's like a resize thing right here to the right side. And then you kind of just can change the width. Yeah. Now we got a big screen. Let's get to actually animating. So what we're gonna first do is we're gonna do a ball bounce. So this I already made, and I'm gonna make it again. Ball bounce, you can see I just pulled up a random GIF of a ball bounce animation. You'll notice about the ball bounce is that when it reaches the height, when it reaches the like peak height point, then the ball moves slower, and then it goes gradually downwards, like with gravity, and and back up. You'll also notice that when it hits the bottom, it does the first principle of animation, squash and stretch. So when it hits, watch it when it hits the bottom, squash, squash, right there. And also notice how when it like rises up and falls down really quickly, it does stretch so that it gets longer and skinnier, right there. So yeah, we're gonna replicate that in a Piskel. I'm gonna do create sprite at the top to make like a new layer. I'm gonna leave this. What's the? All right, 32 by 32. We're gonna start out. Everybody, choose your favorite color. Guess what mine is, Mitch.
Who's pink?
Yeah. No. What type of pink?
Hot.
Yeah.
It's almost like you told me that last week.
Wait, should I reset what I'm working on, or?
You don't have to. You can go to the top right corner and it says create sprite and it'll open like a new panel.
Alright, so I want like big, so we pick our favorite color.
Or any color. Choose anything other than black, because black will like, or black or gray, because if you do black or gray, you can barely like see it.
Alright.
So what we're gonna start with is go ahead and you're probably gonna be starting. It's probably gonna force you to start on 1 by 1 pixel brush. Go ahead and change this to a 2 by 2 pixel brush, so that you should have a line that's about as thick as this one. One thing I hate about this program is that when you choose a new brush, it doesn't round your brush to make it like circular like a normal brush. It has to make it square, which is kind of lame, but whatever.
Because it's so retro.
I know. So what we're gonna do is this is probably gonna look a little bit crusty, but we're gonna make a ball, and we're gonna make it about that big. Did everybody make their ball? Everyone's cool. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to add new frame, and you should see your ball spazzing out or whatever. And so that means that we've put another frame in. What we can do is go ahead. Does everybody see right next to where it says 12 FPS? Go ahead and click this onion. And that's called onion skins. And now what you should see is the last layer that you did, but it's slightly very transparent. It's not
Sorry,
slightly
but
transparent.
Where's the onion?
Right next to right here.
Okay.
Next to your 12 FPS. It should turn yellow. That means it's toggled on.
Okay.
So you'll see the last layer or the last frame that you did just transparent. So that's used so that we can trace our next ball, and we know where our ball last was. So what we should do now is that we should draw our ball again, except it's slightly downwards. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, like look exactly the same as your last ball, as long as it's relatively the same size. Like that. Maybe like a pixel downwards or 2 pixels down, but not much else. If you've done it properly, in this top right corner, you should see your ball jiggle.
Why is mine so zoomed out?
Oh, click this. In your window, go ahead and click. It probably looks like this right now. Go ahead and click it so instead of 1 times, it's 6 times. Actually, what does full do? Full doesn't really do anything.
We'll probably just make it the biggest thing.
Yeah. There we go. Let's add another frame. I think you know where this process is going. Let's make the ball again, except slightly downwards. I know, crazy. Actually, instead of it being 2 or 1 pixel down or 2 pixels down, let's make it, so let's count so that we go like 1, 2, 3 pixels down. Or like 2, I don't care. I'm actually gonna get the eraser tool out and like make it a little bit nicer. It's whatever. All right, everybody good?
Oh, let me try again. Hold on.
cool. Let's make a new frame. Let's count down like 5 pixels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our ball goes down 5 pixels. We're basically making the ball go faster and faster as it goes downwards. And I think you kind of know where this is going, so we're kind of just going to complete this process until our ball has pretty much completely gotten to the bottom. So this next frame, I'm on frame 5. I'm going to make it go about 3/4 of the last, so it like intersects 3/4 of the way down from the last ball. All right, and then for my next frame, I'm gonna make it so that the ball is pretty much exactly under the last ball in the last frame. So that it should be pretty much hitting the ground. All right, if done properly, your ball should pretty much just be doing this repeated loop where it starts at the top and goes faster down to the bottom. What I'm gonna do actually, because I didn't think about this last time I did the ball animation, is that I'm gonna go back to my frames 4, 5, and 6 when it's getting faster and is like halfway down to the bottom. Around that area, I'm going to use my eraser tool and I'm going to make the ball slightly skinnier than the last one. And I'm actually going to make it slightly longer as well, so that it's more of an oval shape as opposed to a circle shape. And I'm just going to go ahead and do the same for the rest of my frames. And then on this last frame, yeah, I'm gonna make this skinny as well. And yeah, this is my animation so far. So now our ball has hit the bottom, and remember from our ball bounce that we saw earlier, when the ball hits the bottom, it should pretty much be squished. So for our frame where the ball is hitting impact, let's just make like a pancake. Just make a flat squish like that. So that when your ball hits the bottom, it should pretty much in your corner look like on the last frame it's squishing. Thumbs up when everyone's good. So now how we make a ball bounce is that we just take all those frames and we copy and paste them and we reverse them so that it goes up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go backwards. I'm gonna start at what is my frame 6. And I'm gonna go, if you hover over your frame 6, you should see in the bottom in this corner, it gives you the option to duplicate this frame. Go ahead and click that. So that right under that frame, you should get the exact same frame. Now what we're gonna do is that we're gonna take this frame and we're gonna drag it, we're gonna click and drag it so that it's the lowest frame possible. like that. So that if it's going down, these two frames are the same thing. So squish and back up. And we're gonna pretty much repeat this process. So that for me, frames 1 through 6 are repeated and mirrored. So let me duplicate frame 5 and put that at the end. Then let me take frame 4, duplicate that and put that at the end. 3. 2. And 1. Cool. Ball bounce.
Epic.
Did you get the ball bounce?
Just one more step. Just gotta duplicate one more item.
Cool. You guys got your balls
Balls.
done?
Yeah.
Thumbs up. Cool. Cool. Let's go on to the second part. We're gonna do a walk animation. That's crazy, I know. And we're gonna do a simple one. We're gonna do a very iconic one that I hope you guys know. This guy, his name is
It's Mega Man.
Joe. Man. And yeah, it's basically just a 4-frame walk cycle where he does this little stride. I actually mapped this out in this program, and you'll notice something interesting about this walk cycle, and that is that one of the frames is just duplicated. So he goes into the stride with his right foot out, and he goes into this neutral stance, and then he does the stride again, but with the other leg, and he goes back into this neutral stance. So these two are actually the same thing, just repeated. It's called hardware limitations.
Bro, it's built, doing it with like a console, bro.
Sure. So basically, what was I gonna say? All we need to draw are 3 frames for this walk animation, and then we're just gonna repeat one of them twice. So let's make a character walk. I'm gonna go ahead and do, you can save this if you want, I guess, if you go save to your gallery, or you go export. What does export do? Export makes it so that you can like export your animation as like a GIF, I guess, if you want to do that.
Which one's export?
This one, it looks like a picture and it's got like a mountain and stuff.
Alright.
And you can export that as a GIF. Let's go to create sprite. Wait, hang on, let me count actually. How tall is Mega Man? How many pixels?
Solid 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. He's 24 frames. Okay.
Frames.
24 pixels tall. Mitch, gosh. Who brought this guy here? I don't feel like doing 32 frames. That's, or it's 32 pixels. So what we're gonna do actually is that we are going to go to preferences. No, I lied. We're gonna go to resize right here off to the right. And we're gonna change the width to 24 by 24 frames. Oh my gosh, dude. Pixels! They're 24 by 24 pixels. And we're gonna resize this so that it should be, yeah. Somebody wanna give me a character that we can make run?
Mario.
You wanna do Mario?
Let's do Jimmy.
Me?
Let's Freddie Steve.
Freddy Fast.
What? What'd you say?
Wait, what?
Steve.
Minecraft Steve? You said Freddy. We already did Freddy last picture.
Jack Black as Minecraft Steve.
We're not doing that.
Chris Pratt as Mario.
Chris
Not
Pratt.
Sonic.
Sonic?
Yeah.
Chris Pratt.
Sonic has a very different running cycle. It would be fun to do a Sonic run cycle. You just do like a figure eight, I guess, in like a loop. Let's do Minecraft Steve. I'll do a Minecraft Steve. I don't care.
Oh, we could do John Lethal Company.
Your name is John Lethal Company. Your goal is to Lethal Company.
As Minecraft Steve.
Does it tell you how? It does. Okay. Doesn't do it with this. It does. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, we're gonna draw Steve's head first. Go ahead and choose your skin color. Pause.
How do you get a good skin tone?
Choose orange, and then you should get like an orange like this, and then make it lighter up the top.
Dude, I think I got one.
Ooh, that's not really Steve's. Whatever.
Should choose orange and then white.
Choose orange and then make it lighter. Tan is basically light orange in terms of RGB.
True.
All right. Has everyone got their skin color out?
Yeah.
So, if you want to drag your mouse. Oh wait, hang on. Let's choose this square tool, this rectangle tool. Now, while you're doing this, hold Shift, click, and drag, and it should stay in a 1x1 square. Oh, I'm so confused. At the bottom, does everyone see I can't really show it to you, but at the very bottom of my screen, in this yellow, like right there,
Yeah.
there, it shows like this, in parentheses, it says like 6x8 or so. Go ahead and drag it out until it's like 9 or 10-ish. Or let's do 12. That's
12 by 9?
12 by, it should, all that matters is the bigger number, I think. So like 12 by 9, yeah, sure. It should be, your head should be about that big. And we're gonna get our fill tool out. We're gonna click the fill tool, and we're gonna paint his head. Now what we're gonna do is that we're gonna get back to our color, and we're gonna choose a brown. That's why orange is an awesome color in RGB, is that orange doesn't also act as a light tan, but it's also a brown. If you go down here, I know, right? Let's go ahead and choose a brown. And because we're doing extra details inside of like Steve's head, let's go ahead and change our pen size from 2x2 to 1x1. Let's go give him some hair. And make that. And this is like this is his sideburn right here, and this is his ear, and this is like the rest of his hair, I guess. And do like some of that, you know. We're gonna do the beard. Is your guys' favorite Steve the beard?
Yeah,
Steve.
Beard Steve. Default Steve.
Default Steve.
Where the beard kind of looks like a Steve smile, right?
Yeah.
That's what I like about it.
Yeah, I like how it looks like a smile. Dude, that's awesome. Okay.
That's pretty
That's
cool.
cool. Let's make a beard.
This is such a nice
And then let's make, I'm gonna choose like just orange to make his nose. You can choose whatever.
This is side or front? Both.
It's gonna be side. I don't, if it was a front profile, I wouldn't be like walking like.
See, that's what I'm gonna animate though. I go against the grain.
It's supposed to be a side profile.
3/4 angle right now. It's like a
No
major
criticizing
wall
me.
type.
Let's make his eyes. Or at least the whites in his eyes. We're not making here, Brian. I'm sorry. Make two
That
squares.
Looks zoinked out of his mind right
Jeepers creepers, Batman.
He looks great. And you can make his eyes blue, I guess. Go ahead and choose a blue if you want. I don't care. Whatever. That's what I'm doing.
now. I like that side eye.
Should I do like this?
Yeah.
You want that? Alright. Let's do
A
that.
little derpy.
You're a little derpy.
Reminds me of the Mario 64 model a bit, you know? Like how his eyes are just
Yeah.
like crossing together.
Make
Go ahead
his
and-
left
Uh.
eye, make his
Sorry.
big eye like lazy. He pulled out another color while I was paying attention.
Yeah. Get pranked. Go ahead and what do I want to do? Let's make a shirt. Also, I'm moving around his head by, if you go to this hand tool, then you can move it around. By the way, I hate how it's the hand tool. That's not what it's supposed to be. Typically in most art programs, it's supposed to be like an arrow tool. But, you know, free program, whatever.
You should sue John Piscal.
John Piscal. Let's make a shirt. His shirt's just gonna be a rectangle. Let's just start from like the back of his head and let's go forward. I'm gonna make it like not as far as his head because I don't want his body to be like the same as his neck because then you just got like this fat guy. And so I'm gonna make it like that big. Keep in mind that his body is like, the reason I'm not making his like torso as big as his head is because like, much like how in the, where's that Mega Man sprite? In the Mega Man sprite, his body is hunched over. He's not really standing as tall as he can. And plus, you know, I don't have that much room to work with, and the head matters more at showing expression. Let's fill this in. So I have him kind of hunched over so he has a bit of a back right here. Is everybody good?
Yeah.
Everyone good? Let's go back and show the Mega Man sprite. The reason that I am stopping here is because notice how Mega Man's head and his torso are not animated at all. So that means that we can just copy and paste his head and torso into the next two frames. The only thing that we really care about that much is his legs, where his legs are and where his arms are. What we can notice here is that when Mega Man goes out for a stride in these two frames right here, he actually ducks down a bit. Much like how when you move in real life, your head kind of bobs down when you're going for a stride and walking. And when you're going to switch legs in these frames, you are at your tallest position. How I'm going to organize this is that Steve's first frame and his third frame are going to be the ones where he's going out for a stride, and the second frame, the even frame, will be the one where he bobs upwards to switch legs. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna use my move tool. I'm gonna make sure that, first I'm gonna make sure that he's centered in the frame. So like that-ish. And then I'm also gonna make sure that his head is, oh, ignore that. I'm gonna make sure that his head is 2 pixels from the top of the screen, so that he's ducking down. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to duplicate this frame right here. body I made like 5 pixels tall. It's not gonna be that tall. You just have to make sure that you have like room for the legs. I'm giving myself like 6 pixels worth of room for the legs.
Did you change your canvas size?
It's 24 by 24.
So, I have 2 pixels. How tall is your head?
Head is about 11 pixels tall, 12 pixels tall, something like that.
I have 4 pixels left at the bottom.
Where was I? Yeah, duplicate this frame. Duplicate it twice, actually. And what I'm gonna make sure I do is that you should have 3 frames that are the same thing. What I'm gonna do is make sure that my second frame is up to the ceiling of the picture. So that if done correctly, your Steve should just like look like this in the corner. You're just like this bobbing guy. I'm actually gonna get rid of the onions. The onion skins are distracting. For this first frame, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring up my blue. It's in your palette off to the side. If you made his blue eyes, it should be here, but if not, you can just go over here and you can choose a blue, whatever. I'm gonna do his front leg first. I'm actually gonna do his front leg and his front arm, the one that's showing to the camera the most first. And the first frame I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna do it so that the front leg, this one that's in front, is going forward. So let's actually do that now. Let's go grab this pen size. You can make it 2 or 3, it doesn't matter that much. I'm gonna draw his leg going forward like that. Get rid of that leg you just drew, all right?
Oh, man.
Yep, life sucks.
No, I'm gonna keep it.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
What should we do about it?
cry.
Okay.
I'm gonna, so you should have a layer off to the side. Let's rename this layer that we're working with right now, body.
Put a new one.
Uh-oh.
Put a new layer.
Body and then enter. And then yeah, do a new layer by pressing plus.
How do you name a layer?
Double click on it. I'm gonna name the new layer that we just made front. So this is gonna represent our front leg and arm. And this is how we're gonna draw it.
And we should call layer 1 body.
You can call it whatever you want. You call it fart if you want. I don't care.
I think that was a good name. And also,
Just a lot.
All your frames should look, if you're on the right layer on front, all your frames to this left side should be empty. Let's go ahead and now let's draw our leg so that it's up front. And let's make it thick leg. And let's give him a shoe too. Like that. Yeah, it's a shoe right there. And now let's go ahead. Let's just do all the legs right now. On our second frame, which is the one where Steve is up higher, let's go ahead and just go back to our pant leg. How is it drawn right here? It's just drawn so that it's like straight. Mega Man's leg is just kind of like straight. So let's go ahead and like do this. Like it's still straight, but it's ready to like switch legs. So something like this.
So straight leg.
And then let's make it just give him a shoe. And then let's go ahead and go back to this back leg, and this leg goes backwards, and actually it goes not only backwards but up in the air. So let's make like a boomerang shape like such. So his back leg, or his front leg, is up. Kind of like that. Except mine looks like duty. And let's add the shoe. Actually, if we're gonna add the shoe's gonna be behind the pant leg if he's like kicking up. So let's make it. Actually, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna clean this up. I'm gonna make his leg less long, make it shorter, and I'm gonna like use my 1x1 pen tool, and I'm gonna like make it so that the foot is behind the pant leg. I'm gonna be precise with this. There we go. So you should have first frame is foot in front, second frame should be foot in neutral place, and the third frame is foot behind. Let's do that with the arm, the front arm this time. I'm gonna choose, do I wanna keep it with, yeah, let's keep it like the skin color. So how you run is that the leg, your left arm is the opposite of your left leg. So I wouldn't walk like this. I'd walk like this, so that when I'm walking, it's his right arm, and it's opposite from right leg, which is backwards. So that means that, where are we? In this animation, when your leg is forward, when your front leg is forward, then that means that your front arm should be backwards. Let's go ahead and we're gonna get out our 2x2 brush, and we're gonna draw his arm in the first frame going backwards. So it's in this almost U shape, or I guess upside down U shape. And we gotta add that shirt sleeve back, so let's go ahead and color this part blue. In this frame, his arm is kind of hunched over to his side. So in the second frame, we're gonna do the same thing, so that his arm goes like such. It kind of makes this almost C shape with his arm. And we're gonna add that arm sleeve back. What we're gonna do next is that we're gonna go to our third frame, and we're gonna have this arm lunge forward. So we're gonna make just like a U shape, almost. And we're gonna add that arm sleeve back, as such. So that's what it should look like so far. Is everyone in a good spot right now? You know what? It's only like 3 frames, so we're just gonna copy and paste them manually. So what we're gonna do is that I'm gonna make a new layer, and I'm gonna make sure that this layer is under everything else by pressing this down arrow right here. And I'm gonna double click this and name this back. So this is gonna be the back front. This is gonna be the back leg and arm. And what I'm gonna do is that I'm going to select, using my rectangle selection, I'm gonna select the arm and leg. I'm gonna press copy, and I'm gonna press paste. And I'm just gonna copy and paste this frame as well into the back. And I'm gonna do the same thing for this one as well. So your fronts and back should look exactly the same. which would have been easier if you can duplicate in Piskel, but I don't think you can. All right, now that your back is pretty much at your front, what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually swap frames 1 and 3 so that it should be the opposite direction. I think. I don't know why it. Maybe it didn't work. Oh, I know what I did wrong. Okay. Actually, what we're gonna do is that I'm gonna remove, in my back leg, I'm gonna delete everything from layers 1 and 3. I'm just gonna select it and then press delete to remove it. And what we can do is that let's go to the front leg and take what's in frame 1. We're gonna copy it and paste it into what's in frame 3. And we're gonna take what's in frame 3 on the front leg and we're gonna copy it and paste it into what is frame 1 on the back, so that they should be opposite from each other. Now what we're gonna do with the back leg is we're gonna bring it forward by taking our hand tool. Now take the hand tool and hold shift and then drag it, and it should drag all the frames forward. My frame looks really weird. What's up with that? I'm gonna do something real quick. Don't copy what I do.
Actually, my local news check system makes every single solar that I did.
What is this frame? What is this? The back for the middle? It should just be the same thing. I'm actually kind of dealing with that right now as well. It looks like the torso isn't like long enough. What I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna go to each frame, or I'm gonna go to this middle frame, and I'm gonna make the torso 1 pixel longer.
My legs look way wonky. Like wonky.
Wonky.
Yeah, that's fine though.
What I'm actually gonna do, so that I can separate the front leg from the back leg. Typically I don't do this, but I'm gonna go to the back, and I'm gonna make each part of him slightly darker so that you can tell where the front is and where the back is. So I'm gonna take this blue that he already is, and I'm gonna hue shift that down just like slightly. I'm just gonna make it slightly darker right here. And I'm going to color his arm, his shoulder, shirt, shoulder, sleeve, whatever you want to call it, so that it's slightly darker. And then I'm gonna use the syringe tool to take his tan arm. I'm gonna make that slightly darker as well. And I'm gonna take his pant leg. I'm gonna take that blue from his pant leg and I'm gonna make that slightly darker as well. And finally, I'll do the same thing with his shoes. Make that slightly darker. All on the back layer. Huh?
You're just taking the darker version
I'm taking the color and then I'm just editing it so that it's darker. I'm just taking the color and making it darker off to the side by like that. Now that I'm seeing them all together, I think this frame is making me mad. This one where he's standing up still. It looks like I need to close his thighs a bit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to my front layer where the front leg is. I'm gonna take this leg and just make it slightly thicker so that it closes up. So then all together, I also might make his front, that looks pretty good. What happens if I do this? Now what I'm gonna do finally is I'm gonna take my frame 2, I duplicated it and I dragged it to the end so that you finally get Steve walking. And there he is. Do you guys need help over there? Or are you guys good? Good. And yeah, that's basically it. He's walking. I didn't think it would take the whole time, but there's a lot to a walking animation. Do you want me to say the thing?
Yeah, you can say that.
Okay, I'll help you guys later. I'll help you guys afterwards. But as it is right now, go forth, make games, be awesome.
You said it.
I said the thing. I know. I'm great.